Hey everybody, Dr. Rob here. Facebook Live Tuesday. Let's talk about spring cleaning and let's detox. Everybody needs to detox. So I believe in a spring and a fall cleaning. So many of my patients have benefited from a detoxification program. So let's go through the dynamics of it and let's really talk about what happens, how it occurs, why you need it, and the science. So everything that we always talk about on this channel is all about science. So we want to have a detoxification pathway through the liver. We live in a toxic world, just starting with our soil. Right now, the CDC has done a study and we found out there's 3.63 billion tons of pesticides in our soil. That's a plethora of toxins. That's way, way, way too much. Let's talk about three. Joanne even went like this. Absolutely. So I know I really scored with that. There are three in particular, very high numbers. Number one object that is toxic, believe it or not, of the most toxins is cotton. Number two is tobacco. And number three, the most consumed beverage in America, coffee. Without question. In addition, your fruits, your vegetables. We have a dirty dozen, we have a clean 15. So many of these items are full of toxins. My parents weren't exposed to the toxins that I'm exposed to in the generation after me. So we really want to modulate, we really want to detox, we want to rid ourselves of these toxins. So you really want to look at the liver as your area, as the house of your detoxification pathways, and you want it to function in an optimum manner. Interestingly enough, most toxins are what we call of the fat-soluble variety. So fat-soluble toxins have to enter the liver, they have to go through a process in the liver, and they have to come out as a waste product or a water-soluble toxin. What is the problem? Problem number one is the liver split into two phases. Phase one, obviously, and phase two. Phase one is the first half of the liver. Phase two is the second half. Exactly how I'm holding my hands is how in most American livers are the two phases functioning. Phase one is too fast and phase two is too slow. Phase one is elevated by a pathway called cytochrome P450. It's elevated because of drugs, because of too much coffee, because of too much alcohol. So yes, if you're gonna go, sorry Joanne, don't make that face, picking on you again. Yes, and you too out there, if you want to do a detoxification program, you have to limit the amount of coffee. So some of the things that people do is, they said I went on this detox program and I got a headache. They got a headache because they were used to consuming 5 cups of coffee a day. Obviously, if you go from 5 to 0, that's not going to work. So before you embark on your detoxification program, the one that I'm going to recommend that I've used for nearly 20 years here, I'm going to suggest you get down to 1 to 2 cups of coffee and then go to flat 0. Of course, during the process of detox, I don't want you consuming any alcohol. It's 10 days, people. It's 10 days. Do not have a coronary. Anyway, phase one is too high. Phase two is too slow. We'll be able to decrease the speed in which phase one is moving. Interestingly enough, you also need specific nutrients to slow down and don't enable phase one to function too quick. What we found out is that we can speed up phase two faster. So it's something called bifunctional modulation. You want to decrease the speed in which the first half of the liver works, speed up phase two so they meet, so you have this fat-soluble toxin coming into the liver, goes through the liver, you make it a water-soluble toxin. Now with that being said, phase one and phase two has 6 very unique pathways. Those pathways run anywhere from the glutathione pathway, glutathione being the master antioxidant of your body. So many people talk about glutathione. We want to make glutathione. It's a critical element for phase two and detoxification. If you took vitamin C, which is in the formula, 1 molecule of vitamin C kills 3 free radicals. Vitamin E, which is also in there, 1 molecule of vitamin E kills 5 free radicals. 1 molecule of glutathione kills 1,000,000 free radicals. So clearly to stimulate that glutathione pathway and stimulate glutathione is really going to enable you to get rid of a lot of free radicals and really help your body break down those toxins. In addition, some people don't realize, and here's a big takeaway for men and women, Estrogen is detoxed in the liver in phase 2. Women, it's obvious, too much circulating estrogen leads them down a path of PMS. That doesn't work for anybody. The ladies aren't happy. The men that are with the ladies, friends, whatever, nobody likes that. Too much estrogen can lead you also down a path of early onset breast cancer, etc., etc. For men, too high a level of estrogen not getting detoxed, inverse relationship, low T. So men benefit from detoxification in multiple levels also, especially if they have low T. So those 6 pathways in phase 2 are truly critical. Now, here's phase 1 again. Here's phase 2. Here's the problem. When it's like this, think of it as 6 conveyor belts. And they're toxins, and Joanna's throwing me these toxins, and I'm not able to grab the toxin and put it on the conveyor belt and break it down. So what happens is it doesn't get broken down. So most people say, well, one, where do toxins come from? Fat cells are depositories for toxins. Let me say that again. Fat cells are depositories for toxins. So the toxins are stripped out of the fat cells. They go to the liver. They are now attempting to break down. They go through phase 1, but they don't go through phase 2. What happens? Here's the kick. Here's the problem. When phase 1 and phase 2 are not working well and you're not detoxing appropriately, you've now made what we call a reactive intermediary. So essentially, a reactive intermediary is more damaging, deleterious to your body than a fat-soluble toxin. So now you're trying to break them down, and what happens? You can't. You're now getting that reactive intermediary, getting a secondary tissue attack. So you want to be able to detox. You want to boost up phase 2. The programs have the nutrients that are needed to mix and match. When you get the fat-soluble toxin to come in phase 1 and phase 2 equate to each other, you then, coming out of the liver, get a water-soluble toxin. That's a great choice. That water-soluble toxin now has the opportunity to go to the kidney. From the liver to the kidney, we call that phase 3. Phase 3 is depicted on your pH. So that's why we always say we want people to take a very high green diet, use specific products like a phytoganics or dynamic greens, because they're high in alkalinity, which keeps your pH high and gets it to the kidney, and then you get to the kidney and you're able to pee it out. In addition, something really interesting, in addition to the detox kit that I recommend strongly, is there are certain things that instead of going to the kidney, go via the bile with the gallbladder and you poop them out. That would be estrogen. That estrogen is also needed to go and get pooped out with the bile. There is an enzyme, beta-glucuronidase, which stops the estrogen and which stops it from getting cleaved and sent back. So by blocking that enzyme, you do that with probiotics. It ensures that now you get to poop out all your estrogen. That's why a lot of women get constipated during the time of PMS. So you want your detox kit, which we're going to talk about. You want your detox kit, and you want to get like a phytoganics or a dynamic green to ensure alkalinity. And you also want to take a probiotic. So with that all being said, let's go look at this pathway one more time real quick in an epigrammatic manner. Fat-soluble toxins should come into the liver. We want to bifunctionally modulate the liver to allow for the fat-soluble toxin to come out to be a water-soluble toxin. Phase 3 is going to the liver. pH is going to ensure that it gets to the liver. And you also want to make sure that you have ample bile, which doesn't get disrupted by specific enzymes, so you can rid yourself through your excretion pathways of all your toxins. We live in a toxic world. Detox is great. Another reason why you want to detox, it's summertime, you want to look nice and thin. Fat cells are depositories for toxins. So your fat cells hold them, and as you try and lose weight and shrink your fat cells, your toxins are expressed. The problem, if you can't handle that toxic overload and your liver is not functioning well, your basic metabolic rate will slow down. And people say, I'm plateauing. Everybody out there who plateaus probably would benefit from a detox program to enable your liver to handle the overload of toxins so you can continue in your fat burning mode. I made that mistake 5-10 years ago with a lot of my patients. I'm sorry. I didn't know. We all didn't know. Now we know. Detox before a weight loss program, detox during a weight loss program. And here's one more. Ketogenic diet, the diet of now, a hot diet. If you really want to do ketogenics and get into ketosis faster, ensure that your liver functions well, because ketosis occurs in the liver. So for my ketogenic patients, I also detox before and during the process of the ketogenic diet. So it's great for weight loss. It's great for overall health. It's great for if you're going to do a ketogenic diet. So what do I recommend? I recommend the Clear Change kits. We're going to have an example of that in a moment. We use a medical food power, which is Ultra Clear Renew. Ultra Clear Renew has specific nutrients to help with phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and it also enables you to have a heavy metal detoxification, ridding yourself of lead, mercury, and the like. It has a pill form, something called Advoclear. Within that Advoclear, it allows to help with the liver. It also comes with a shaker. In addition, it's got a great program that you can watch. It takes you through the 10 days. And the phytoganics and or the dynamic greens are a great choice for alkalinity. So I'm going to bring in my version of Vanna White. Are you ready? Come on, let's go. Our version, modern day version. It's better than calling you a musketeer, right?
Yeah.
You come right here.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Here's Steph. And Steph is without question a team leader. So she wanted to, break the ice and she doesn't want to do too much talking. So we've got R. Silverman, Metagenics. This is for Dave D'Angelo at Metagenics. He says, I never have the link. So I made sure she stood there with the link. So it's R. Silverman, Metagenics. Hold on. And here you go. So that's what the Ultra Clear kit looks like. That's what you would order if you're interested. There's your phytoganics, and there's Ultra Flora Balance. So there is your whole program for 10 days. It's real simple. It's easy. And you even did it.
I did.
You did it multiple times.
Yeah.
Was it hard?
No, not at all.
Did you enjoy?
I did.
Are you having fun on live TV?
Yes, it's so much fun.
Okay, so it's been a pleasure. Joanne, come on out. Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe. Smile. We want to get it going.
Hi.
So, Joe, tell them all about your detox, because I know you did
My
it.
detox?
Yeah.
It was great. I felt really good after. You don't feel
She's not shy.
bloated. You know, right? You weren't as bloated.
I have a lot more energy.
It's really good. It's really simple. Like, you can eat. It's not like one of those detoxes where you can't eat.
And you're starving yourself. You're not just starving yourself.
That's a big point. Thanks for bringing it up. Most people say they try to detox. They did like a juice detox. Remember, like some of the patients came in and they did like a fruit juice detox, and it's all sugar. So some of the things that don't enable you to detox is too much sugar. Some of the other things is not enough calories. So they're eating 500 calories of just sugar, no protein, all things that are needed to detox. You need to have protein, which is in our plan. You need to keep your sugar down, which we're going to teach you all about. And you're not going to have a lot of fruit juices, which you guys all notice. Now, they're both very thin and very fit, but you still, change your body comp positively, yes. Mm-hmm. You lost a couple of pounds and, right, and you did all that. You got your, as you like to say, your sazon, right? Está bueno, yeah. Outstanding. It's okay. My accent is getting better. And you guys okay?
You gotta go.
You gotta go. All right, you guys can go. I'll take it from here. As you can see, I coaxed them into that. I really appreciate it. Are there any questions? Because we had a few questions before that I'll be able to answer, but are there any additional questions there?
None as of right now, no.
The usual ones. Okay, so people asked, how does it taste? That was a good question. How does the medical food taste? The medical food tastes really good because it's a peanut rice protein. It tastes really smooth. So when I say medical food, don't think that it tastes bad. It's like an 8 on what we call the hedonic test. The hedonic tests are something that how it tastes in your mouth and after. So it tastes really good. You can mix it with some almond milk. It's not a problem. The program is easy to be followed. There are things when you're done you should follow up with. So for instance, if you use the plan now, on day 9 or 10, DM or IM any one of us. We'll be very happy to tell you where to go from there. If you're in your local area, come. You can pick it up. We've got a panacea amount. We've got all the flavors. We've got the chai. We've got the berry. We've got the vanilla. That's a great choice. The other thing was they wanted to know if they could detox while on medication. So if you're taking like a birth control pill or a thyroid, my suggestion is do not detox during that time. So the answer is that don't do that. And the third one is, Dr. Rob, you do a lot of gut work. Should you do gut or the liver first? Great question. The realistic perspective is it's 10 days to detox. It's a great starting point. Everybody heard they did it. The gut can follow from there. So afterwards you can do gut, you can do a brain, you can do a musculoskeletal, you can do a body composition. Start with the detox, get it going. No more questions, right?
No.
Hey, and guys, make sure you give them a clap. They did a great job on the cuff, everything like that. See you, don't forget, we got a new Instagram guy. He's trying to take care of my Instagram jam. So it's Dr. Robert Silverman. Flip over there. What's my YouTube?
Dr. Rob Silverman.
Yeah, I kept it easy. I'm getting a little old. So Dr. Rob Silverman. So, please share, click, and like this. Share it with everybody. Feel free to ask a question. Hope to see you guys all soon. Always yours in health, Dr. Rob.